Richard Wade. I hope you're well. Just a very brief video this morning. I want to do a little announcement, really. So you'll probably be aware that next week in the United Kingdom is Farm Safety Week. Same in Australia, actually. I was chatting this very morning to a lovely lady called Stevie from Farm Safe Australia. We had a lovely chat. They're doing Farm Safety Week as well. And I'm hoping the non too distant to invite Farm Safe Australia onto my podcast, my little chats that I do on YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to that. And thank you very much to Stevie for her time this morning. Really appreciate it. So what are we doing for Farm Safety Week here at Risk and Safety Compliance Services? I want to give you a bit of information now. Let me just change that screen. So next week, Farm Safety Week. So from the 21st to the 25th of July, 2025, it's Farm Safety Week. Lots of activities going on. You'll have seen very recently, a couple of days ago, I did a download available on LinkedIn about accidents, incidents and deaths across the United Kingdom. So the HSC have just published their full year statistics. And yet again, it makes for absolutely horrific reading. Over 100, about 124 people killed. It's down from the previous year, but every year in farming, landed estates, the agricultural and rural business sector as a whole, we're seeing well over 100 people killed yet again through what are preventable accidents and incidents occurring in the workplace on a daily basis. Farm Safety Week is a brilliant opportunity for us to focus our attention. Now, Farm Safety Week is important, but it's only the start of it. We need to continue this thought and this process throughout the actual whole of the year if we're going to get those numbers as low as we possibly can. So what are we doing then for Farm Safety Week in 2025? There's going to be various posts going out on LinkedIn and other social media outlets. And in particular this year, I'm going to put on some live webinars. And these are going to be short and punchy webinars, only 30 minutes long. And what you can see on the screen in front of you are the ones I'm going to do next week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, kicking off at 2:00. And each of these webinars is aimed at specific groups of people. So you can see, for example, on Monday here, we're going to target farm and landed estate management. So that's where it's important that we get it right. The people in charge of the farms, the people in charge of the landed estates, those with responsibility for workers, visitors, contractors, and others who might engage with the agricultural business. Those managers are vital to set the safety message, to get it right from the get-go and ensure that the processes and the systems and the procedures are correct. Otherwise, the people doing the work, the workers and the contractors and the seasonal workers have zero chance of operating safely. So we've got to get it right. So that webinar will cover health and safety responsibilities of those managers. It'll cover the causes of the fatalities, and I'll go through those HSE statistics that I've just been talking about. And then more importantly, compliance strategies. So what do we need to be thinking about to ensure that our workplaces are safe for all stakeholders? So that's on Monday afternoon, kicking off at 2:00. If you want to register for that, go to www.farmsafetytraining.co.uk, and this is where you'll land. And you see this little box here, click that, and it will take you immediately to the registration page on Microsoft Teams, where you can just click register, put your details in, and then the process will take over. You'll get a confirmation email and you'll get reminders in advance of the event to remind you to pop in and have a look. It's only 30 minutes of your time. So if you are in charge in any way, shape or form, in a management or supervisory capacity on a farm, a landed estate or an agricultural or rural business, then that one is for you. On the Wednesday, this one in the middle here, I'm going to concentrate on the workers, the people doing the work, the people interacting with the machinery and the animals and the processes that directly lead to those injuries and deaths that we see occurring year upon year upon year, all of which are preventable. So let's concentrate on the workers, who's at risk, and I'll talk about their responsibilities for health and safety. I'll talk about the common hazards, the things that are likely to cause them injury, and I'm going to talk about protecting themselves, personal protective equipment, and being prepared for emergencies, planning ahead, planning for when things go wrong, because we know they will go wrong, because it's happened every year since statistics were being maintained. Things go wrong in this industry. We're dealing with big, dangerous animals, big, dangerous machinery, and harsh, hazardous conditions. So things do go wrong, but let's be prepared for that. So that's on the Wednesday, kicking off at 2:00. Again, very straightforward. Go to www.farmsafetytraining.co.uk where you can register for that. In fact, let's put that on the bottom there. Let's actually just quickly stick that up while you're having to think. Let's go to www.farmsafetytraining.co.uk. That's the beauty of these live things. Let's put an M in farmsafetytraining.co.uk, and let's put that on. Where's it gone? I'll find it in a minute. Don't worry about that. So farmsafetytraining.co.uk, where you can register for that event. Then on the Friday, so at the end of Farm Safety Week, we're well into it by now. Everyone's being made aware. There'll be all sorts of stuff coming out from lots of different agencies. On the Friday, what I'm going to do is for farm and landed estates, I'm going to do a bit of a catch-up, and that's this final one here. And we're going to cover leadership, safety leadership, reiterate the common hazards, look at basic compliance strategies, and finally, what you need to be considering for health and safety training. So that's quite a busy week, but the idea is they're short and they're punchy. They're only 30 minutes out of your day. We're not going to labor the point. It's going to be short and catchy, punchy, to the point and direct. And we'll tell you within that week everything you need to know about what's going on in farming, landed estate, and agricultural safety. But more importantly, we're going to tell you what you need to do to prevent you or your workers or your visitors or your contractors becoming casualties, becoming ill from the work they do in this sector, or God forbid, being killed at work, like the hundreds of people who get killed in this sector every single year. So that's it, farmsafetytraining.co.uk. And I can't find the ticker thing now, so that's the other downside of live, I guess, is you can't actually find the damn thing when you want it. But there it is. Let's bring that across. Farm Safety Training, all's well that ends well. Farmsafetytraining.co.uk. I urge you to go and look on that website, see the 3 webinars available to you, click, put your details in, sign up, and then I'll look forward to seeing you there next week. If you've got any questions, you'll be able to engage in the Q&A during the actual presentations themselves, and there's an opportunity afterwards for follow-up and feedback. So I look forward to seeing you there. If you've got any questions, give us a shout. That's Richard Wade signing off. Thank you.